phone and your SIM card is going to be a bigger asset.
With the power that we have with social media, with the digital space right now, you can be anything you want to have.
Tech Hub for a smarter you.
Although we live in a tech-driven world, did you know that only 20% of women have active tech roles or work in tech-related organizations? But this is because women are grossly underrepresented, either due to educational barriers, barriers from family, lack to access to tech education, and so many others. Next, we'll be listening to women discuss on how they actually thrive in a male-dominated tech-driven world and the way forward to be able to embrace more women into the industry. Well, let's go upstairs.
The millennial woman interested in.
So we're talking women in tech, black women in tech. What are your thoughts about how so far has black women in technology thrived? Is it up to your expectation, or do we still have a long way to go? If we have a long way to go, what are the barriers?
Okay, so yeah, I think so far we have come a long way, but we still have a long way to go, because so far, I think, like I said in the earlier session, I think we still have societal constraints. We have a lot of cultural constraints as well. We have families that still believe their daughters should not study STEM courses and should not get into STEM careers, which is quite limiting, right? So yeah, I think we still have a long way to go, and one of the ways we can get there is through collaboration, is through a more empowerment of women, more support and partnerships from communities that are doing these things, right? Because there's still so many. Like if you ask a young girl in Nigeria, probably 8 years old, even a teenager, if you ask them what does the software engineer do, they can't tell you because they don't understand. But if you ask someone in the other parts of the world, like America and United Kingdom, what a software engineer does, they can tell you and even tell you that they are already doing that, right? So then we have a long way to go. And I think our educational system has to be adjusted, right? We have a lot of adjustments to make. Many things that we are still teaching. The world has moved, right? Work has moved. The future of work has moved. People are working from home now. People are doing jobs that even their parents cannot understand, but it's legit. Is actually legit, right? And they're making millions of naira from it. So I think the future, we have younger ones coming up and they don't know what the current ones are doing. So we need to educate and sensitize more women, even boys, with more knowledge of technology.
What's a journey like into tech?
Oh, okay. So basically, I started out in tech when I was in final year in school, and this was because I studied electronic engineering and I majored in software. So I had a couple of classmates who were already into tech, and they even seemed like the unserious ones, right? But now they are doing well. We are all doing well, and the journey wasn't easy at first, right? We had a lot of self-teaching to do, learning, sleepless nights, but we did it, right? We did it, and with the help of communities, our communities have helped me so much, right? Shout out to Genesis community, Enyata communities that were actually empowered me to even get to where I am today. So that's why I said we need more support. We need government support, non-government support, partnerships to be able to enable more people to, become more empowered and financially independent in the society of today.
So you're also a tech community builder now?
Yeah, I am a tech community builder.
So what do you do there?
Okay, so
how's the feedback been so far?
The feedback has been good because there are people, right? As an NGO, you are basically here to serve people, right? So you always find people to serve. That's the thing about NGO that's amazing. There are people that are there, you are there to serve them, and there are always going to be people. Secondary school students, university students that don't have a career path in mind. They just feel like they have to do this, but they have passion for this, right? I know girls, even like myself, I was a young girl who was passionate about tech, but I was confused. And then that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now, because there are girls like me. I just need to find them, right? There are girls like me who did not have a direction at that point, but wanted someone to mentor them. Currently, we mentor women in our community, mentor young girls, and young girls reach out to me that they want to learn this. Even young girls reach out to me that their parents don't want them to do this, right? And I speak to them, I empower them mentally and even sometimes financially, sometimes with our community resources, right? We create ebooks, free ebooks, we create boot camps, and we have a couple of initiatives too we are trying to launch and just need more partners and more sponsors. We have a couple of testimonies. They are actually on our website, techgirlmagic.org. Last year, with the help of donors and sponsors, we were able to sponsor about 10 girls to start their tech careers. And currently, some of them are doing so amazing, like in the internship. They are literally like top of the class in the internship. You get, so they are doing so well and they are happy that they are able to do it. But at that time, they didn't have the money to sponsor themselves for that internship. And some of them, their parents did not even want them to go. So, of course, if their parents didn't want them to go, they are not giving them money to apply for the internship, right? So that's why we did what we did back then. And we chose 10. There were so many applications. The applications were about 300, but we could only choose 10 because of financial constraints, right? And the 10 we chose was because they were actually already doing something. They had a natural talent for it, they had passion for it, and you could see it through the applications, right? So we're able to help them get started with their career, and they are currently there now. And imagine those years in the next 2 years. I can imagine them in the next 2 years doing their own stuff, making their own money, and empowering other women. That's the goal.
So what are your hopes for Black women in tech? Collaboration and inclusion? Yeah, collaboration and more mentorship. I want to see more mentorship in the tech among women, for Black women. So my own journey was that I lacked that. There was really no female mentorship for me. It was mostly male mentorship or self-teaching myself and maybe relying on communities. But I want to see more women in the tech industry who are supporting more younger women. Because truly, there's something that it does for you when you see an older woman doing stuff and trying to help you, right? It helps you. They will also need to see more resources. And finally, I think a lot of women in tech need to believe more in themselves. Confidence is one of the biggest problems we have in the tech industry concerning women. Many women are not confident, so they underprice themselves. They just kick themselves out by themselves, you get. So we need more confidence in the industry. We need to believe more in ourselves and that we actually belong there.
How much you can, through tech, impact your community.
The people who watch my videos, the people who see me and see what I represent, those are the people that I'm online here.
Tech Hub, for a smarter you.
And on this sunny note, we wrap it up on this edition of Tech Up, your one-stop platform for all things tech in Africa. Interesting conversations we've had, right? Well, you can have access to this conversation even after the show, right on YouTube. Just search for Tech Hub with Mercy Frank, and you have access to tens and 20s and hundreds of amazing interviews we've had with people who are using tech for good, their hopes for tech in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. My name is Mercy Frank, and you know how we end the show. Keep innovating.